Welcome back, focused learners. Okay, let's dive right into this explainer on the absolutely fascinating and frankly adorable science of cat naps and what their sleep actually hides. Have you ever noticed how your feline best friend doesn't flop down just anywhere to sleep? We kind of just accept it as a quirky little pet behavior, right? But the research shows us that something pretty wild is happening behind those closed, furry little eyes.
Seriously, what is your cat actually doing when they sleep right next to you? I mean, we usually just assume they want our body heat, or maybe they're just obsessed with the super soft blankets. But when you look at the biological data, their chosen sleeping spot is actually a deeply calculated communicative choice. What looks like just a simple, lazy snooze is really this complex cocktail of survival instincts, chemical bonding, and evolutionary rebellion.
Now, to figure out why they choose you as a bed, we have to understand how they experience the world. Or actually, scratch that, how they smell it. Dr. John Bradshaw, who is a brilliant feline researcher, hit the nail on the head when he said, "The cat's world is defined by overlapping maps of scent." So when your cat takes over your bed, they aren't just stealing your pillow. Literally every pore of your body radiates your unique signature scent. By curling up right in the middle of it, your cat is actively weaving your identities together. They are officially recognizing you as their family, mixing their scent with yours to create this unified, bonded profile.
And you know what? This profound bond has a massive, measurable impact on your physical health, too. Take a look at this staggering number, 30%. A massive 20-year study out of the University of Minnesota's Stroke Institute looked at over 4,400 people, and they found that living with a cat can actually lower your risk of a fatal heart attack by nearly a third. And that's even after adjusting for major health risks like smoking, cholesterol, and blood pressure. The pattern completely held true.
Now, hearing that, you'd probably think the mechanism is pretty straightforward, right? Petting a cat is relaxing, end of story. Well, here's a question for you. Does your cat actually relax you? I mean, really, truly. When that purring fluffball settles in right beside you, are they actually calming your nervous system down? Brace yourself, because the scientific plot twist here is massive.
The data from a really shocking 2023 University of Tokyo study uncovers what we can call the stimulation secret. When researchers measured human physiological responses during cat-human sleep interactions, they found that cats don't actually relax us in the traditional sense, they stimulate us. It's wild. Human heart rates actually go up during contact with a cat, and parasympathetic nervous system activity drops. Both cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and oxytocin rise at the exact same time. You are basically experiencing a form of excitatory arousal. Yet paradoxically, cat owners consistently report significantly better perceived sleep efficiency compared to dog owners. They rev you up, but somehow give you a way better night's rest.
And this brilliantly illustrates how entirely different cats are from other pets. We all know about oxytocin, right? The famous love hormone that makes us feel all warm and fuzzy. Well, for decades, we just assumed it worked the exact same way across all companion animals. Nope, not even close. A groundbreaking 2024 study showed that the oxytocin response in cats is incredibly specific. While dogs show a massive oxytocin spike across the board, in cats, only securely attached males show an oxytocin increase during physical contact. So if your cat gets this hormonal bonding response while sleeping with you, it is a hardcore biological marker of true trust. It simply cannot be faked.
And that builds into an even more awe-inspiring reality. 3 million. That is the number of years of wild evolutionary survival programming that your domestic cat willingly just abandons every single night just to sleep next to you. Think about it. In the wild, cats sleep exclusively in elevated, hidden, highly defensible spots. They are both predator and prey, so they never, ever voluntarily make themselves vulnerable in open spaces. Yet, against all of those instincts, they choose your mattress.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, it comes down to a biological state called muscle atonia. During deep REM sleep, a cat experiences total physical paralysis. Literally, the only things moving are their eyes and their lungs. In this state, they can't run, they can't fight, they couldn't even right themselves if they accidentally fell. It is basically a biological impossibility for a wild creature with lightning-fast reflexes to just choose voluntary paralysis right next to a giant, unpredictable apex predator, which, by the way, is you.
Furthermore, your cat is naturally crepuscular. That means their peak activity levels fall right at dawn and dusk, which is driven by thousands of years of low-light hunting. So by all evolutionary logic, they should be wide awake and totally restless all night long.
but research shows that indoor cats will actively recalibrate their deeply ingrained internal clocks just to match your human schedule.
Let's walk through a timeline of what scientists call the nightly sync. Okay, so at 11 p.m., they sync up to your sleep cycle, actively adjusting their rhythms to yours. By 3 a.m., because cats cycle through sleep in much shorter waves, they're often lightly awake. They act almost like a sentinel, just monitoring the sound of your breathing. And then around 4 a.m., they're actively adjusting to your body's natural temperature dip. They aren't just passively seeking heat. They are highly sophisticated active thermal managers, shifting closer to your head, your neck, or your feet to manage your heat loss. But listen, all of this communication isn't just about bonding and body heat. Sometimes the way a cat sleeps is desperately trying to tell you that something is physically wrong.
Section 2. Hidden Health Warnings, Decoding Feline Poses.
So, the crucial point is that we need to decode these hidden physical warnings. According to veterinary studies, nearly 90% of senior cats suffer from a condition that actually first shows up in how they sleep. So here is a really important mental checklist of 6 physical red flags that most pet parents tragically just dismiss as cute feline quirks. Head pressing, bathroom hideaways, tense curled balls, frozen statues, sentinel pseudo-sleep, and a sudden switch to right-side sleeping.
Let's break a few of these down, starting with the curled-up deception. A curled-up cat always looks adorable, but you really need to know the difference between a relaxed curl and a tense ball. In a relaxed curl, their muscles are soft, and the cat easily stretches out if you disturb them. But if they're in a tense ball, meaning rigid, tightly tucked limbs, especially on a warm surface in a toasty house, this frequently signals an inability to properly thermoregulate. It can be a huge sign that they're masking chronic pain from something like kidney disease or metabolic disorders. Please commit this specific pose to memory. Emergency alert, head pressing. If your cat ever adopts an uncomfortable position where they apply sustained, forceful pressure of their head against a solid surface like a wall or a piece of furniture, this is absolutely not affectionate head rubbing. This is a critical neurological emergency. It's connected to severe conditions like brain tumors or encephalitis, and it requires immediate, urgent veterinary attention. Do not wait on that one.
Okay, then we have what's known as the left side mystery. Groundbreaking research recently revealed that 65% of domestic cats actually prefer sleeping on their left side. Why? Well, because sleeping on the left keeps the right hemisphere of their brain, which is the part totally specialized for threat detection and vigilance, more alert. It's literally a primal survival strategy. So if your previously left-side sleeping cat suddenly switches to only sleeping on the right side, it's a major red flag indicating a physical injury or severe discomfort on their left side. Now, assuming your cat is completely healthy and comfortable, their sleeping poses also represent something far more beautiful.
Section 3. The Ultimate Feline Bond, Surrender and Trust.
So, what are the absolute highest emotional compliments a cat can pay you while they sleep? Let's decode their 2 most famous location choices. If your cat sleeps down at your feet, they are actively acting as your perimeter sentinel. They're positioning themselves right between you and the door, keeping an ear tuned to the hallway just to protect you. On the flip side, if they sleep right up on your chest, they are doing something incredibly intimate. They're seeking your warmth and the familiar rhythm of your breathing. They are essentially regressing to the ultimate comfort of a mother's heartbeat, explicitly telling you that you represent total maternal safety to them. And finally, we have the absolute pinnacle of interspecies trust, the belly-up surrender. If your cat sleeps near you with their belly fully exposed, they're demonstrating absolute psychological safety. I mean, in the wild, this position is a massive mortal risk. But with you, thermal imaging shows that their body temperature actually lowers, their muscles completely release, and it triggers this massive oxytocin cascade in their brain. It really is the absolute peak of trust.
So, we've covered the scent maps, the physiological stimulation, the wild evolutionary rebellion, those critical hidden medical warnings, and the ultimate signs of trust. So I'll leave you with this provocative question. When you look at your sleeping cat tonight, what secret message will their position reveal? Are they guarding you? Are they syncing up with your heart? Or are they entirely surrendering to the bond you share? Pay close attention, because they are quite literally always speaking to you. Thanks for joining me on this Explainer Focus, learners. Keep observing, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.